effect. Oh,
Oh, the little
It's a
pop-up
big
that comes up.
message that's popped up in my...
I didn't do anything
It's-
with it. I left it default, and in my testing of the stuff that Epic has done, nothing has like it hasn't been like
Yeah,
too much. So
that's
so
fine.
if it
If I end
is, I
up,
mean it's
yeah,
in the
I'll just
settings.
follow what it says.
Yeah.
I got it.
the overall resolution of everything have decreased as well. So it's stuff should be less taxing on systems.
Quick, turn on heavy snow.
I will once we get there. We'll test out a little bit.
You gotta make it snow tomorrow or something, okay?
It's just gonna snow right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be a freak
We're gonna
flurry
come
today.
outside from like Guy's office, and suddenly the overcast days turned into snowstorm.
Any questions before we get going?
Is Ice here?
Hello.
Hello.
Ice must be here.
He's here.
Okay, well, let's dive in. Let's play a game.
Yay.
Go here first. A real recap. You came into the Green Pillar Chambers and into an interior office with stone walls. There are no windows here, but there are two fairly large skylights, out of which reasonably bright light flows, sufficient to light the space dimly. An oil lantern sits upon a large wooden desk behind which the leader of the Glass Blades, Guy Thompson, sits in a high-backed chair. A smaller writing desk and chair sit adjacent to the entrance, and many of the walls are lined with bookshelves. Some contain rows of books, and some shelves are crowded with assortments of knickknacks. Off to the right, two upholstered chairs and a small table are sat in front of a small lit fireplace. Behind Guy's large desk, you see an interesting sword mounted on the wall. It looks like a greatsword, with a gunmetal guard, a dappled spiral pattern etched into the grip, and a sizable pommel. The wide blade appears to be made from glass. As he invited you in, and you all sat down, Guy said, "I think we have much to discuss. So, where shall we begin?"
With a black screen.
Is anything working?
I see
I see it
Guy.
fine. I
Uh-huh.
see it fine.
Okay.
Office,
It might
blade
just-
on the wall.
Okay, it might just be me. I have to reload.
There's like a fog or cloud transition, and then
Oh, cool. I have
office.
to log in again. Great. Okay. Where should we begin as I log in again? I guess with the fact that we helped Elaine and killed that beholder that was causing the undead problem up north. Oh yeah, Aiden, don't you have one of the eye stalks?
Yeah, I think I might. Let me dig through my inventory.
Yes, Elaine did send a raven. Arrived just earlier this morning, telling of your supposed deed down in the depths of Carston's quarry. Also, yes, you can click on a portrait to make a big one, and then to get rid of it, just click it again. It will show up for everybody.
Do you have it, Aiden?
I don't see it listed in my inventory here.
Uh-oh.
I guess not. I guess I lost it.
It's gotten stolen.
Mm-hmm. It's gone. No, I actually don't. I can't find it. Sorry. I'm sure it would have been all achy by now anyways. Right? That works.
I thought we took
It was
more than
not a
one
pretty
of them.
sight.
Oh, you guys definitely took some. I don't know if you ever added them to your inventory. I did put a reminder in the chat to add them because they were heavy.
Oh, I found one.
Hey.
I produced the eye stalk.
Oh, that is a ghastly thing. Ugh. But I guess it does match some description that you had provided. Anyway, the Raven from Milan also said that our people deployed south of Pist have been encountering dead, I suppose you would say, truly dead, undead creatures. So it does seem that something happened that killed them all, caused them all to drop in place. So
That's really good to hear. I was actually really worried about that.
he pulls open a drawer from his desk and pulls out 4 pouches. Closes the drawer. That's 100 gold pieces each. I believe that was the agreed upon price.
Was that the agreed upon price? I don't remember. It's been so long. Epic, was that the agreed upon price? I really don't remember.
I don't know.
Well, thank you very much, Guy. And I'll take the payment.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely. So, and he kind of leans back a little bit. What brings you to Bay's End?
A few threads. The elementals?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, I had a list of things. Hold on, let me find it.
Those elementals and the rift from which they pour, quite interesting, if not troublesome.
What kind of information can you give us about the elemental attacks? I was concerned to hear that they're actually affecting the city.
Much less so now than before. We did have one slip by yesterday. It was the first time in weeks. But in terms of the elementals and the rift, well, the rift is about 4 days west of town, and so far we've seen various creatures, air, water, and fire aligned. I stationed some of my men sort of in a string of pearls from the city out to there to serve as an early warning system. Combined with ravens, we normally keep good tabs on whatever comes out of the thing.
So there's one rift and it's 4 days out of town?
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
I also have a larger contingent of fighters posted about 30 minutes southwest of town as a first line of defense. A while back, we sent some ravens to Zarza the Kittrell for arcane assistance in figuring out how to close the damn thing. But in the meantime, we had one here in Bay's End, who's not super bright. But he concluded that the rift consists of the three elements I mentioned before, water representing cold and air representing thunder, nothing of the earth has ever emerged. Now, a couple of days back, we heard back from the Silver Circle in Zarzeth Kittrell about a potential way to seal the rift. But it's not terribly straightforward.
What is it?
Well, Arcanists are set to come here to do the task after they finish their preparations. 3 of them. They will apparently need to concentrate intently on the rift in close proximity to it for at least an hour in order to close it. So we've been trying to figure out how we can use our joint force of glass blades and thieves to provide protection for them while they do their work. The flow and potency of the elementals pouring out of the rift has been steadily increasing over the past few days. We'll be hard-pressed to handle the flow if it keeps increasing.
When did this rift appear? When did this start?
Several months ago. Yes, some people think that it could be related to the happenings in Starsguard associated with the bloody succession and the removal of some ancient artifact from some cave, disrupting elements all across the land. I don't know about that. But,
did anything around here change or happen around that time? Aside from the rift appearing, I mean.
Occasionally we get some rather odd weather occurrences, unusually heavy rains with very large drops of water. Sometimes we'll see thunderheads roll over and it almost looks like there's fire up in the sky. But those have been very, very rare. There's another thing I feel I should mention, but I wouldn't put too much weight on it. There is a respected figure in town, a certain Yom Deshne, who feels that eventually something big will make its way through the rift. And well, word of the increased flow of creatures has reached just about every year in the city, and this supposition is causing, in my opinion, some unnecessary fear, even though I'm sure you didn't intend that. In any case, yes?
Go ahead.
You've only mentioned elementals so far, but on the way to Bay's End, we've also saw a numerous contingent of Fae, pixies, and a satyr that had also been dragged into this plane. Do you think it might be getting worse and just not known about?
I don't believe we've seen any Fae emerge from the rift.
From how they spoke, it seemed that it was not the rift you most likely are referencing to, but instead momentary ruptures that pulled them from their home plane to here. The pixies that we found, they mentioned that they hadn't even been here for not even weeks. The satyr, I don't believe we got that far with him since he was trying to be coy. Not sure if it's related, but
at this point I wouldn't think so, but or at least, I mean, they could be related, but as I said, no Fae have poured from the rift. The one near us, at least. I wonder if there are others. In any case, with regard to this confluence and the arrival of these Arcanists, we'll likely need all hands on deck when the Arcanists begin their work.
When are they supposed to get here?
They're set to arrive the day after tomorrow.
I mean, I don't mean to speak with everybody here, but we're most likely going to be married to Base End for a bit while we get our own things handled. But we've helped you before. Not you personally, but you know what I mean. And have handled a couple of these elemental creatures. Not the one from here, aside from Anani here.
We fought
But
fire ones up north.
and then on the boat right here, we fought it was a wind one, a water one. A water one, right?
Yeah. There was a wind one in town yesterday, I think?
Yes, that's the one that got past our forward forces.
That's as much as I could gather.
By no means experts in taking them down. 4 extra hands is still a lot.
Every little helps, especially one with experience fighting the elementals. So I take it that you would be up for joining us in this little soiree once the Arcanists arrive?
Sure. I mean, we'll be here. I don't see why not. I mean, rather help than not help.
I also feel like I have some moral standing to protect Arcanist from my home city. So.
You're from Zaza.
That is correct, yes.
Very good, very good. He unrolls a map across his desk.
Oh, boy.
So the plan, once the Arcanists arrive, is to have them bring 3 teams of... what is happening here? Okay, got it. Is to have them bring 3 teams of 7 of our best fighters to a forward base that by that time will have been established. That's up here in the upper right of the map. We'll camp the night and then let the Arcanists recuperate and then begin the ritual the following morning. We plan to have 3 teams deployed around the rift with some aid stations as noted here. The plan that we've got so far is if anything emerges from the rift, we'll have people right next to the Arcanists to grab them and try to drag them away by any means possible so they cannot interfere with the Arcanist's work and then take them down. We can discuss more about this if and when the time arrives.
I do have a question about that, though. What were the black lines that were going to and from the rift? The darker shading.
Oh, this was an artist rendition of the char marks left by fire elementals.
Okay. Only going in 2 directions, though.
Oh, there could be more. As I said, artist rendition.
Okay.
But we don't have any drones with aerial photography capabilities.
That exists?
What's a drone?
What's that? What's a photograph?
This business with the Udalots, though, oh boy, that is stretching my patience to be sure.
I had heard you're working with them. That's because, well, there's a very popular opinion that Governor Crisneros is, well, just say it, useless, and hasn't been helping the city in its hour of need. Is there any reason behind her inaction that you know of?
He kind of gives a flabbergasted look. Not really, aside from being arrogant and self-centered and largely incompetent. I mean, the security situation has really eroded confidence in her. And,
Do you have reason to believe she might have a hand in anything going on, or any reason to suspect her as someone maybe behind the elemental threat? It's all just conjecture. I'm not gonna point fingers or anything.
I don't believe so. Nothing comes to mind. And in fact, it's... Well, one of my associates has heard that Alderman Durfel Cragbuckle, who represents the Market and Low District, may be planning something against the governor.
Why? I have another question. Why do the Argent Blades protect her?
Because she pays them.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And they're just mercenaries, essentially.
Well, they're protectors of the High Clerestory. They're holy warriors, and their charge is really only to protect the lands that the Clerestory owns.
I knew that much based on going there, but I wouldn't think that they would just be mercenaries for hire for just some rich woman.
Well, she's the governor.
Fair. You think Durfel is planning something? Why would he do that?
Well, Durfel is sort of a, well, I don't know how to say, Boy Scout, maybe. No, that's not right. That's too demeaning. He's he's an intelligent, influential, and charismatic leader whom people like and respect. He's made it very clear that he is sick and tired of the Utelots. And since the governor hasn't really stood up for law and order during her term, well, I suppose you should probably talk to him more if you're curious about that.
I think we're all curious about why you've been working with the Utelots. I mean, I get that you might need more hands on deck, but...
That's really it. That's what it is. We'd have to protect the entire city from the elemental threat, and having men forward deployed all the way out to the rift has totally stretched things thin. So we have come to an agreement with them, with no lack of coin, for them to augment our security forces. I mean, that organization is in somewhat of disarray right now since the Black Talon died. His son, Yorick, doesn't really command the organization's respect.
Isn't he also going by the moniker of Black Talon?
He's trying, yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's really sticking, though.
I mean, I think we could do with any information you have about the Utelots. I mean, given that we're going to be staying in Bay's End. I mean, things to look out for, things to, keep in mind. Just anything you have.
I mean, mostly they hang out in the area just to the west of the docks. The Mopsy Burrow is a known front for them. But that area of town is, sort of more or less under the Utelot control, for lack of a better word. And yeah, I may be able to answer any other direct questions, but that's all I have from a general nature.
Unless anybody else has any questions, I'm all good.
Only if there's something on the short end of urgent in case something is happening south towards the hot springs. I have a friend over at the Breakers that asked me if I could get him some ingredients. So in case you also have something pending, we could also maybe take care of it.
No, not really. Nothing that I know of. I mean, our forces are primarily focused on protecting Bay's End, so things do slip past us. We try to give people as much notification as we can. We've seen them go east. We've seen them go north. Mostly, I haven't really seen too many of them head into the Rhinefrost, to the south and west. But I imagine if you encountered some on your way here from Pist, those are ones that likely just slipped our grasp, or that we just let go because they weren't immediately threatening the city. So I guess what I'm saying is if you're going south, you may encounter some.
Understood. Just wanted to throw that out there just in case. But I have nothing else that's urgent.
And you said the Arcanists arrive the day after tomorrow, correct?
That's the current schedule, yes. Day after tomorrow.
Okay. And you plan on leaving to go south with them day after tomorrow when they arrive?
They're going to take us, yes. We
Okay.
would head shortly after they arrive, I imagine, but no need to rush it. Are any of you experienced in the ways of teleportation?
No. I mean, I can go a little ways, 500 feet.
Oh, so, sorry, I wasn't clear. I was just asking if any of you had experienced magical teleportation before.
Yes. I think? Yes.
It can make people a little bit queasy if they're not used to it. But yes, the Arcanist will be taking all of us out there.
Oh.
Well, sounds like a plan.
That'll be December 1st?
He looks at his calendar, his desk calendar, and his leather accessory items. Yes, that would be the first.
Shit.
Indeed.
That's before my armor. Okay. Okie dokie.
Well, until then, I suppose have a good time in the city and avail yourselves to everything we have to offer.
Thank you very much for talking with us, Guy, and I hope we're able to help you. As we've helped Lynn and Elro.
The man who recruited you, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we've heard that he might be on his way here with survivors from Palebank.
Yes. Elaine mentioned that as well. It will be good to see him. He may join us.
That would be wonderful.
Very well. I think I've got a. Well, I need to get lunch, and then I've got a 1:30. So he stands up.
If we wanted to speak with Darfel, how would we go about doing that?
Oh, his office is behind Green Pillar Chambers. We had to kick him and the other counselors out for the infirmary that we set up in here. So just the building right around the corner, right around the backside of Green Pillar Chambers is where you can find him. Or either there or just walking in the Market and Low district, talking with people. As I said, he is kind of a popular man of the people.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Absolutely. Bryce! He calls. Door opens up. Guy. A guy. Not guy. A guy. Steps in. Just... All right, well, I will see you on the 1st.
Yep.
Excellent.
And we'll leave.
So you step out into the regular Green Pillar Chambers, the big hall that you came in to before, where there are lots of desks, lots of activity going on, lots of folks in uniform, shuffling papers around and whatnot. What would you like to do now?
Do you guys want to go talk to Durful? How do you pronounce it?
Durful.
Durful. Do you guys want to?
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah, I'm down.
What was that, Laird?
Said it couldn't hurt.
Okay. He might
Yeah,
be
let's
able
see
to
what he knows.
give us some information on the Oodalods at least. I don't really like the idea of going in there blind.
Yeah.
Wait, we're going to meet with the Oodalons?
Well, I mean, you wanted to scout the place out.
Oh, yeah. What is it? The mall? What do you call it? The
Mossy
mall?
Burl.
Mossy Burl. Plus, we have we know somebody who might be Tambourine, Tamarolina.
Right.
That crew, they were all in cahoots with Oodalots too.
I mean, that kind of makes sense because of Philibank and all that. Too Durful.
Okay, you step out into the central square. Ooh, I have a picture for that too. I think. No, I didn't.
No. The pretty fountain.
The fountain is definitely not included. cannot get anything to that. Nah, I don't. Oh yeah, I do. There he is. Yeah, stepping out of the Green Pillar Chambers into Backridge Square, and that big old monolith. The fountain is somewhere else.
That's a big
It's
monolith?
behind the camera.
That's right.
And we're at that weird. Are we like halflings in this? We're children? Are we on the floor? Is that what the perspective is?
Shh, it's behind the camera. Let's not talk about it.
Mhm.
We're standing on the fountain to get this picture.
Ah, okay.
My wish was that the fountain turned into a penis statue.
That's a show, not a penis, but okay.
That's why your roll was so...
It's the same
It looked
thing.
like a highlighter tip, but a really long highlighter tip.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Sun glits off of the monolith and I guess now the middle of the square. And you just walk around the back of Green Pillar Chambers, and you see some people coming in and out of a particular place, and gather that it's, I don't know, it looks semi-official, I suppose. And yeah, there's just a couple people in there. You walk in. Do you walk in?
Yeah?
Walk in the place. It looks like there are some makeshift offices set up in a larger open area. Several people milling about, a couple of people at these desks and whatnot.
I would like
That's
to
what you see.
ask somebody where Durful can be found.
You find what someone looks like a clerk or a runner. Looks across the room, points in a direction. The dwarf over there, big beard.
Thank you. I will go that way. With my friends. And a dog.
Woof, woof.
I keep forgetting the trigger exists.
You walk up to a desk. There is a dwarf sitting at a desk that is too big for him. He's actually like decked out in armor. Apparently, he's got a nice fur mantle. Sides of his head are shaved. So he's got sort of a mohawkish sort of thing, but it's long hair and comes down. And he's got it tied in a braid at his back. Big, full brown beard. Looks like a happy dwarf, and he looks like he's busy doing some paperwork.
Hi, are you Durful?
Hi, that's me, Dorfel Crackbuckle. How can I help?
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. These are my friends, and we were actually just sent from Guy because we had questions about the Oodalots,
Okay.
and also about the governor.
What about her?
Well, we're not in like a private area, right? This is just like all out in the open.
That's correct.
Okay. That you don't exactly get along with her?
Oh, what do you mean? I get along fine with her. Who are you?
I'm Milani.
Okay.
I'm Aiden.
Hello.
Hello.
We're actually
This is Sajat, and this is Ladrin.
That's Ladrin, Motley Crew. Okay. All right.
we're
I ain't
working.
seen you around anywhere.
Well, we kind of just got in town, and we're working with the glass blades to help with the elemental problem. Day after tomorrow, and we helped with some stuff up north with the glass blades. Anyways,
Oh, you're the ones who was working with Elaine and Karsten's quarry and undead stuff. Is that right?
yes.
Yeah. Guy's been talking you up. Pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
How do you find this lovely city of Bay's End?
It's nice, aside from the elementals.
It's nice to know we have fans.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see here. Here, follow me, and he leads you to through a hallway and into what looks like a maybe like a cleaning closet of some sort. There's a or storage closet maybe. Some stuff in there. He's kind of looking over his shoulder as he's going there. You all right meeting in here?
Sure. What is it's like a storage closet?
Yeah.
Will we all fit?
Will we all fit?
Yeah, there's enough room for y'all to fit and everything. It's kind of a bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger on the inside than the outside. It's fine.
Storage
It's one of those-
room.
It's a bigger storage room. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, there's some crates. It's dusty. Some brooms, some tools, books, paper, all just whatever stuff in there. He closes the door behind him. Well, you guys asking about the Ootlots and the governor. Probably shouldn't be having conversations like that out in the open.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of not saying much.
So what you got? What you got?
Well, we kind of have to deal with the Odalots while we're in town, and I also happen to see, well, and learn a little about Lyri Krisneros, who,
Yeah.
for you guys, and I turn to my group because you guys don't know, she's the governor, or as people call her, the Queen of Bay's End. She's an older looking elf and fairly overweight. She wears lots of gaudy jewelry. She gets around by not actually walking, but using some sort of mechanical device that she rides on. And as you found out, she seems to be guarded by the Argent Blade.
She is.
And she's not doing a whole lot to help the town. And I wanted to know if you might have any information about as to why she doesn't help the town.
I think I think she just likes the privilege of her position. You know, wishes the problem would go away. She says, security is the glass blade's responsibility. You know, so she just kind of absolves herself of any of that sort of thing. But to be honest with you, she's just kind of, she's a shite ruler. She's a shite governor. I think there's a lot of people in town who prefer that she was no longer governor, if you know what I mean.
Is governor a lifelong position?
No, it doesn't have to be. It's she serves at the will of the crown. You know, so she was appointed, and she'll be in that position as long as they like her there.
The will of crown. To whose crown?
Zarzeth Kittrell, the king.
Ah, shit.
Okay, so for my player clarification, Zarzis rules everywhere over here?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
the entire
okay.
continent.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the entire continent is under Zarz's dominion. To varying degrees, and
Okay.
with varying levels of autonomy and delegation of things like security. Like the army of Zarzeth Kittrell is not out here. The Glass Blades are the force that is appointed to provide security for Shadycreek Run.
Okay.
But you are also about at the end of the line for that. Just to provide a little context here, the Glass Blades pretty much do security for Shadycreek Run.
Okay.
And that basically ends in the vicinity of Bay's End.
So if we were to go to, like, Athelion Falls, we would find more of the Zarzith guard peoples.
Or someone else.
Okay. Good to know.
I have to talk about my own city, dude.
Yeah, so you guys are new in town, is that right?
Yes.
So you're not too up on things.
Well, we know that the new Black Talon isn't doing too hot.
Yeah, that's right. Now, you said you had to deal with the Odalots when you were here. What did you mean by that?
Well, we kind of we've had a little business with them up north. Not pleasant business. And, we kind of have to figure that out while we're here. I've been told that the Black Talon has something that I need.
All right. And you intend to get it from him?
At least talk to him. If possible.
Well, if you want to talk to him, if you want to get his attention, talk about like arcane stuff, ancient magic stuff. That seems to be what he's into. Much less about running an organization. I think that's why he's having such a difficult time with it, because his heart's not in it, you know? But you do that, that's a possible way to get his attention.
Do you have any tips on things we could look out for when we do go in there?
Watch your back.
I mean, up north, my friend got kidnapped, and that really put a black mark on them for me. I don't like them.
Yeah, there aren't many who do, except the Odlots themselves. Well, that and the governor, apparently.
Really?
We got. Oh yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm. Make a persuasion check.
Who, me?
Sure.
Okie dokie. 19.
So one of the reasons why we're looking to kind of take her down, because we've got evidence of her directly coordinating with the Urlots, funneling money from them to her to the Argent Blades. Well, at least in part. I mean, I think that's how she's paying for that protection. Thing is, she's got some kind of magic ward on her.
Probably from a piece of jewelry, I would assume.
I don't know. It could be part of it, for sure. But we've been watching them for some time now, and we've seen Udalots and occasionally Argent Blades folk taking gold down south to a place called the Chapel of the Offer Refused, and they leave the gold just inside the threshold of this place. Now that place is known to be inhabited by a dreadful creature known as an Aurum Vorax. So there's a rumor that it's not the garden variety. Now this creature apparently takes the gold once it's left at the threshold. I don't know if the source of the ward on Lyrai is that creature itself, or maybe it's just taking gold of whoever or whatever it is, but it's got to be related. There's a lot of gold flowing down south.
It's just one Orm Vorax, you think? Or...
He kind of shrugs his shoulders.
Okay.
I don't know, but that's kind of what's been keeping us from going after Lyrai, kind of trying to arrest her and, you know, bring the law to her, so to speak. But if we could get that ward down, then we could make a move.
How far south of town is that Temple of the Offer Refused?
Oh, let's see if memory serves. About 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah. And everybody here is busy, you know, keeping the city safe, keeping the wall intact, and everything. But man, you guys have quite the reputation. If you were able to go down there and see what was up, that could help us out quite a bit. Get the city back on track, you know. I would like to arrest, try, and put in jail every single motherfucking oodalot in this city.
That would be great.
Finally get some law and order back here.
So when you say you want to take care of Governor Cruceros, you don't mean kill her, right?
No, not kill her. Not unless it came to that. No, I mean I'm a law-abiding man.
You want to arrest her?
Arrest, try, jail, remove, whatever. Yeah, no, not kill.
Okay.
I mean, if we're being clear, the upcoming elemental troubles might be the best chance for that. Since there's going to be high-positioned people from Sargsif traveling.
Yeah. Attention will definitely be on whatever it is they're doing. That's for sure.
The rift is 4 days out from here, and the Temple of the Offer Refused is 2 days out from here. So it's about halfway, I guess.
Different directions.
Different directions. Okay.
The rift is out west.
Ah.
Chapel's down south.
Well, we might have to do that a different day, then, because if we want to help the Arcanists in a day and a half...
Yeah, the elemental issue is a more pressing concern.
Unless you've got someone who can get you there really fast. Yeah, maybe so.
Unfortunately, we don't.
Alana, you're reminded of someone who might.
I am.
The person who brought you here.
Oh! Well, I guess that's an option. We can talk about that later.
What about the rest of you guys? What do y'all feel about this?
You have any proof of this? I guess corruption from
We
our
do.
high governor.
We do, and we even have one member of the Oodalots willing to testify in court.
Okay.
Doubt it's the new Black Talon.
Say again?
I doubt it's the new Black Talon.
No.
That would be pretty funny, though.
What about all this other stuff, working with the Oodalots and all that? I mean, not that, but the, what was it?
Argent
Blades.
Blades.
Are they,
Yeah.
like, rowdy around town? Are they causing trouble?
Oh, no, the Argent Blades, they're a pretty strict order.
They serve...
strict...
My god. Well, at least partly.
Yep, they serve the Argent Veil, which is they're Corlon folk.
But they're all wrapped up in this corruption too, or are they just getting paid and don't know any better?
Well, the blades follow the order of the Veil. So the Veil's given, they tell the blades what to do, and so if Lyrai's paying the Veil, then that's what they do. I mean, word on the street is most of the blades fucking hate her guts. She treats them like shit, but...
She
Okay,
was
that's another...
screaming at them when her little mechanical thing broke down.
So what is Yam Deshni's opinion of her?
Yum. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've talked to Yum. I should talk to him, though. I wonder if he'd be willing to help us. Maybe not. He's retired.
Do you know where we could find him?
Well, he lives up in Mako, just on this side of the Clare Street.
Okay.
I forget who, but somebody was telling us to pay him a visit.
Horga.
Was it Horga?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll be in town. If you need us, we're staying at the Night Warden.
That's a nice place. Good. Right on the edge of my district, so...
We appreciate all the info.
Well, I hope I can trust you with it.
You can.
Pinky swear?
Yeah. If you feel you can trust Guy, or I don't know if you're familiar with Elro or any of the other glass blades, but if you can trust them, you can trust us.
That's good to know. Well, if you'd be needing anything, feel free to stop by. If you catch me here, a lot of times I'm just wandering around in town, south of here, making the rounds through the shops and the homes and everything, letting people know that I care about them and that, working on making this place better.
It's good to know. Good to hear. And also, can I insight check that? To make sure that he's actually trying to make this place better, or is he in it for himself?
Sure, go for it.
Oh, 17.
I'm 17 inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sense that he's being mostly sincere.
Okay.
I would say that he's kind of rubbing his beard with his hand a little bit while he's been talking about certain things. But yeah, for the most part, it seems sincere.
Okay. Is it a little bit of self-importance kind of there, or is he like just...
You don't get the impression that he's like completely selfless in his not ambition free. I mean, he is a politician after all. So.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Mossy Burl is the Oodalot place, no?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that's where we headed to. All right, never mind.
Okay, well, I think that's all we really have that we wanted to ask about.
This is the Green Pillar, right?
Green Pillar Chambers, yeah.
Green Pillar Chambers is over there. We were kicked out because of all the need for handling wounded soldiers and civilians and stuff. Yeah, well, you saw the desk that I was sitting at. It like comes up to my nose.
It's funny they couldn't have just moved your desk out here.
It's bolted to the floor.
Oh, to prevent desk theft.
Would you like us to unbolt it?
If you want, yeah, sure. It might be in use, though. I'm not sure.
I think we've got plans for the rest of the day.
All right.
I don't think it'll take me the whole day to
It's
unbolt
gotten
it.
kind of stuffy. So what you say, Aiden? Or Ice?
No, I was just being cheeky. What's up?
He said it wouldn't take him the whole day to unbolt the desk.
Well, he opens the door to the storage room. That's some fresher air in. And that's where we keep the supplies.
Great to know. Thank you so much. I do love a tour of supply rooms.
All right, yeah, you let me know if you go Vorax hunting, all right?
Will do.
All right, back to work. Nose to the grindstone and everything. Blap.
And then we leave.
Excellent. Where to now?
Do you guys want to go try and find Yam, or do you want to go to the library? I mean, the library's kind of on the way.
What's
But
Yum?
Yam is the Argent Blades dude who was Horga's friend.
You can click on the banner to see the map as well, the city map, the big top center banner.
Yeah. Because High Turn Stacks is here, and he said that the guy lived on this side somewhere.
Just on this side of the High Clerestory.
Yeah, so we'd have to like fucking find him, which sounds ass. I guess we could go to the temple and ask where he's at.
Wasn't he also like more of a hermit now?
What do we need to go for the library for?
I wanted to look up stuff for Aiden. And
Oh.
Jeth had some stuff he wanted to do.
Wait, what are we looking up for me?
Monsters that devour children.
Oh.
Yeah, you had talked to Alani about that last time.
And for me,
Why are you
because
talking in the third person, Lonnie?
I don't know.
And then for me, because of the influx of now being even more relevant, Arm Vorax, Onward Vale Collective, and I would assume that the Argent Blades have some sort of history of recording in the library too, so I wanted to also look into that.
Wait, so it's like a is that like a dragon or something where it wants gold and stuff?
No. The
Well, by all
Oran
intents and
Vorax is...
purposes, it should be like a mammal of some sorts, just more monstery.
But it likes gold?
Yeah.
It likes gold.
It does like gold. It eats it, actually.
It eats it?
Yeah. It eats gold. And it was the creature
Sounds like it hurts.
that Zacht wanted us to go hunt.
Yeah, so I guess like 2 in 1, right?
Yeah.
Wait, but I thought so they're giving gold to this, right? But also the High Governor Fish Lady, she wants to eat it too? Why doesn't she just
No,
lure it with gold?
Zacht is trying to impress her, and he thinks that the meat from the Oran Vorax is key to impress her.
But it's not then. Oh, okay. I gotcha.
We don't know.
Hopefully we can find some information on it at the library.
That would be one hell of like a if we're gonna, do all this to her, it would be crazy if that was like the last moment she's just having this nice little meal, then all of a sudden is just in front of her, and then we're all there to be like, gotcha, and then arrest her. Wouldn't that be
that would be a doozy and dramatic, but
yeah.
For me, I'm just helping out a good friend of mine. If that ends up happening because of our other actions, that's outside of his control. So,
And ideally, we hunt the Oran Vorax, we get rid of whatever this magic thing is that is happening, we give the meat to Zacht and he can give it to her or feed it to her or whatever, and she'll give him all the money in the world, and then she can get arrested and go to jail. Ideally.
Avoid them.
But
Do you think there's like metal poisoning? Does the Ormvorax eats gold?
I don't
That's
know.
Or what
what
if you use
that's part of what I want to research, honestly, because I only know the bare basics of the creature. I don't know much about it. So
to the
more we can-
library? Which way is the library?
To my kill. In the library. I'll lead everybody there.
Wait, isn't the library's high turn stacks,
High
right?
turn stacks, yeah, right here.
Oh, so it's like in that same
Yeah.
vicinity as
It's
Yom
true,
Kippur.
yeah.
Yum. Destiny.
Yep. We're leaving duffel
Kippur
bag
Day.
to go to Yom Kippur.
Duffel bag. Yom Kippur. God damn it.
You did this.
Okay, so where are you going?
The library.
Hiking up the hill.
The library.
Y'all need to get back over here.
Oh,
No.
I'm clicking on the thing that's... I'm clicking on it. I'm here. I was busy looking at the pretty map.
So you go out on Hill Road, as it's called, and then take a left onto Oak Road, which goes southwest, and then take a right, following your map. Eventually coming to High Turn Stacks, which are somewhere. God, this text is so fucking small.
You did this to yourself.
Yes, I did.
I did mention it was small.
Okay.
I will greet
Control F.
Archivist Folia on the way in.
That's right. Yes, there is a female elf. And she says, "Oh, hello. You're back. Oh, with friends.
Yes.
Hello. Oh, sorry.
Hello, Archivist Folia. That's my name.
I'm Aiden. Not an archivist.
Nice to meet you, Aiden, Leodrin.
So Jeff.
You already know
Very
I'm
nice to meet
Alani.
you all. And how can I help you today?
Well, I
Research.
think a couple of us are researching different things.
Excellent.
I would like to look up any information about a monster or creature that might devour children.
Okay, so that's what you're looking up. And
Yep.
what about the rest of you?
I would like to look into the Ormvorak.
Excellent.
I'll look up stuff with Alana here.
Okay.
I would like to see if, by any chance, there's anything about the Umberville Collective here.
Umberville Collective. Okay. Alani. So she provides to you, Sajat, the same response that she provided Alani previously, which is that they don't really have anything about Umbervale Collective here. It's, it is an organization that exists today, one that is responsible or is heading up the building of a large spire in Zarzeth Kittrell. But like books haven't been written about this organization essentially. So,
Okay.
But aside from that, is there anything else you wish to research here?
Aside from that, it was the history of the Argent Blades.
All right. Aiden and Alani, either both of you make investigation checks or one of you roll with advantage.
You can have advantage.
Okay.
And Leodrin, also investigation, and Sajath, investigation.
It's a good thing that was with advantage.
Welp.
Alrighty. Starting with Alani and Aiden. You find various legends about creatures that eat children. Most of them have to do with like children's stories, trying to scare children. But then you do also come across hags. Hags
Okay.
like to eat children. It is the
And-
method by which hags reproduce.
Okay, yeah. And does it specifically mention souls of children in that hag
No.
thing?
Not really,
Sure
no.
doesn't.
The method with 19, yeah, the method by which this works is basically they take a child, they eat it, and then they give birth to it again, and so it's that same child, and then they sometimes they can just give it back if they want to, if they have a way to do that or whatever. It is a normal child until it reaches maturity, and then it transforms into a duplicate of the hag, but it's its own entity as well.
Okay.
So the whole soul bit not mentioned in here.
But it's a
It's
normal child, so it would be like the normal child until it turns into the hag later.
Yep.
Okay.
Does it say anything about the supposed maturity of it?
Like puberty.
Okay.
So between
I think
10
Aiden
and
would want to.
14.
What would it?
How old was your kid?
What'd you say, Aiden?
I think Aiden would want to know. Well, she's what was it? It was 7, I think. Well, 7 years. I think she was 6. Was it 5 or 6?
Yeah, that's what I have. 5.
And I think Aiden would want to know what constitutes normal. Is it going to be that same child, or is there like that the child retain its memories, things like that? Is that included in what normal means?
So typically, what's done is it's a baby that is eaten. So they don't wait for the child to be grown up. They eat a baby. So they snatch. They'll typically snatch little babies, newborn babies, from their cradles or whatever.
Okay, so if there was not a baby that was eaten, like they don't eat children, like a toddler, not toddler, but like 4 or 5-year-old child, they would not eat and do that. Is that the notion?
Yeah, could this have been done when Esmeralda was a child? Like a baby, not a child, and then
Player view.
Mm-hmm.
What you got on that question?
In fact, they can. It doesn't matter as long as before they reach puberty, because it gestates, and the process can be as short as long as the hag wants, because they have hag powers, right?
Okay.
So it isn't until, and it will look as a normal kid the entire time until puberty hits, and like Epic said, boom, instant hag.
Okay. So that is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Leodrin.
It usually happens on the day of their birthday that they would turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Orum Vorax. No further information than you had already discovered, except to say that there are different, maybe subspecies is the best way to put it. So Aurum Vorax, you learn is more of an overarching term for sort of a family, a small family of animals. They're all largely the same, but they can differ in their ferocity, in the level of monstrosityness that they are, which is kind of linked to certain arcane or magical powers that they might possess.
Okay. Is there any like visible or physical differentiation between them, or?
Different colors can sometimes be used to differentiate them. Um, most of the Aurum Vorax cataloged in the book that you found are yellow to gold of various kind of brightness and shininess.
Okay.
But there are legends of there being red ones and blue ones as well.
And any information on their edibility?
Make another investigation check.
Oh shit. Can I guidance?
Absolutely.
Hey. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Oh.
No information about their edibleness.
Well, shit.
Sajath, Argent Blades. No real info on the Argent Blades here. There's you find a pamphlet that just has it's sort of like a little bit of a primer on temples in the city. Sort of almost like a visitor's brochure or something like that to tell people like these are the temples. So they've got the Raven Queen at the temple of the Black Mantle, Coralon and Illustrae at the High Cleristery, and Sehanine at the Temple of the Crescent, and then Cord and Moradin at the Stormforge. And then listed under the High Cleristery, you see the Argent Veil being the High Cleristery is basically the most prominent and most important and most powerful church in the city. You learn from that little pamphlet that that church collects a tithe, a mandatory tithe from everyone in the city. And you gather from that that's probably why they're so powerful, or why they're so influential, or at least why they're so rich. And they have the nice big stone cathedral-like building in the city. And then also it just mentions the Argent Veil and the Argent Blades as being sort of the holy warriors of Coralon.
Okay. And as a quick aside, so Jeff would also work on what I talked to you about with the spells.
Yes, scribe and spells. Yeah, go ahead and just subtract the gold, or if you bought stuff for that already.
Yeah, I
just
bought
make
stuff
sure you
already for it, so
account for that. And like, what's that, like 10, 12 minutes total or something?
12. 2 minutes per spell level.
Easy peasy.
While we're researching, and I'm helping Aiden like look through the books and like telling him like information about the hags and stuff, because I rolled really crazy. So do you believe I'm really me now?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I feel like I have to also, not just because, You are my friend, and I do care about you. But I feel like I need to for Esmeralda's sake. I mean, if it's true, I mean, it's possible this Vertronia, this hag, it's fully possible she ate Esmeralda when she was just a little baby. But it's also possible after I left, she maybe ate 8. 8. How can I just say 8? But she took Esmeralda
How
from
long
me.
has it been
I don't know.
since then? Since you left home?
It's been too long. It's been a couple of years now.
'Cause if the Raven Queen told you you have 7 years left, right? I think.
Yeah.
Then we have time to figure it out. And to come up with a way to save her. I'm very relieved that you believe I'm me.
Yeah, I don't really understand it, but I guess it's kind of like faith, right?
Yeah, kinda. I mean, I've been trying to avoid thinking about what happened to me, and playing tour guide today has really helped distract me.
Yeah.
I think tonight, maybe if you want, I would be okay with telling you about my night terrors.
Yeah. If you need to talk about it, I'm all ears. We're all ears.
Well, I just think I'm more ready than I was this morning to tell
Yeah.
you all.
Wow, that was this morning. That feels like weeks ago. Okay. Yeah.
I'm very relieved that you believe I'm me, and
You look like you. You sound like you. You talk like you. You know things you shouldn't know if you weren't you.
I mean, yeah, but I mean that
A lot of
whole
boxes checked.
all of it was painful. Not only in a physical sense, but mentally, emotionally.
Hmm. You think it was painful for Esmeralda?
I don't. Let's not think. Let's not dwell on that. Let's focus on how we can fix this. Because no matter what happened there, it's in the past, and we can't change that. But we can change her future. I
You're
really,
probably right.
I really think you need to talk to the Raven Queen again. I mean, now we know that hags are involved. We can.
She already kind of told me that. I just don't really know what. Well, now we know what
Now we have more
how it
information, though.
works.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to give her though. You know, we haven't really done much. There's been a lot of take from me, you know? So I don't know. Maybe after, I'd like to. I mean, I'd like to punch him in the face, but I'd like to talk to Jacob first, at least,
Maybe we can do that tonight
and then punch him in the face.
after we do dinner. We'll do
Or
dinner,
maybe
and
he's
then
not going to
we'll
want to talk, and
go
then I
punch
can
him in
punch
the
him in the
face.
face.
Yeah,
Then he will talk. I think that's the best outcome.
whatever you want to do, we'll support you. I think basically once we are done with dinner and go to Mossy Burrow, it's
I'm kind of
we're
bordering on
following
killing him. Is that bad?
little, but I mean,
Hmm.
given what you think he did, not really.
Yes, death would be too easy, right?
I mean, there's that. But we'll all back you, whatever you want.
Right.
Anyway, just
Oh, this one has pictures.
let's focus on the yeah. Look at what this hag looks like. It's gross.
They should. I'm surprised. They should really cover up her chest area.
I mean,
You son of a
It's
bitch.
not.
I,
Yeah.
I know why you're saying that.
I'm surprised they could even get that. Oh, jeez.
you know what? I think we're
Turns
looking
the
at the
page.
wrong book.
Oh,
Fantastic,
wow.
fantastic creatures and how to fuck them.
Playboy. Thanks.
No, yeah, let's go look at a different book. I'll go put this one away.
Play hag.
Gross. Basically, Alani, for the majority of researching and shit, we'll have her chair pulled right up next to Sajath and has her arm wrapped with his and is leaning her head against his shoulder while she reads her book.
I just have one last thing, Epic. At some point, as we were exiting, whenever we're done with the research that we came here to do,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to ask Archivist Folia, what do I need to provide to have access to the restricted area of this library?
Oh, are you a member of any guild by any chance? If you
I
have
am.
a membership card, then that would most likely be sufficient.
I am. I am a member of the Sarsif chapter.
And you have your card.
And he'll produce the card and hand it over.
This would be sufficient. Yes, we do have a number of tomes on loan from Zarzith at the present time.
Okay. I just wanted to ask because right now we're a little tight on schedule stuff. But I would be interested in perusing the section. What time do you guys close?
Usually around 5 o'clock.
Good to know. Most likely tomorrow, depending on what we end up planning, you might see my face again.
I look forward to it.
He'll take a nod and retrieve the membership card from the table, desk, counter.
Bang.
Yeah. And he'll give a nod. And assuming that nobody else has any other thing that they wanted to research, probably head out.
Anything else for anyone?
Nope.
Nope.
You head back out onto the streets of Bay's End.
Do we want to try and find Yam today?
At what time does the guest of honor like dining at Zach's restaurant?
What was the question again?
Well, I wasn't asking the DM. I was asking Milani because I thought
My
she
bad.
knew.
My
Oh, based on the times he gave you this morning, probably anywhere between 4 p.m. and closing?
Hmm.
I'm assuming due to her stature, she might be there a while.
Wait, are we gonna go meet her?
No, I mean,
Indirectly after that, if she's
Oh.
already dining at his place.
yeah, we
Ooh,
might
okay,
see
I
her.
like this. Like, we judge her character for ourselves.
Sure.
Like, size up the woman in this case.
I definitely don't intend on speaking with her.
I mean, I would say that we can head to have dinner now. As early as we can go to not distract Zach during peak hours.
That's a good idea.
Kind of more like a lunch, though, isn't it?
Late lunch? Early
A
dinner?
second lunch. Or this could be our first dinner.
First dinner, you're right. We'll
Should we
have
act as
second
like
dinner later at the night ward. As habits should.
right? So we're not looking for Yam Kabor? Destiny?
I don't honestly know.
Isn't he like around here? Should we just like yell his name?
I mean,
Yam!
he lives across
Can
the
you hear me?
street from the temple somewhere.
And he's like a recluse retired person?
He's retired, and that's about all I know.
Well, it's like right around the corner, right? Let's go.
What
Let's
exactly
go,
are we
run by?
talking
Yeah, what are we
to
doing?
him for?
I don't know.
Aside from him being Horga's friend?
Did Horga need us to meet up with him?
I don't remember.
Oh, me either. Jeff?
The only thing I remember,
You remember
is,
stuff?
The only thing I remember is that it had to do with getting an introduction towards the Argent Blades
Oh,
and what had happened to the reasoning as to why they were hunting the specific giant that also took care of Lerdrin's family.
oh yeah, we could. Eladrin, do you want to do that now?
We can. If we have time.
To Yam. To the High Clerestory and across the street.
All right.
Okay.
Who's heading up this search?
I will go to the Harcleristry and ask someone.
Okay. You find someone. It's an
one
elf.
One of the Argent Blade peoples.
How may I help you today?
We're actually looking for Yam Deshni. Do you know where we could find him?
I do.
Would you be able to point us in the right direction?
We are not in the habit of disclosing people's addresses or residences.
Horga told us to find him.
I have no idea who that is.
Wonderful.
Great. Okay.
If you do see him, though,
Key.
would you be able to say acquaintances of Horga are looking to speak with him? about some rather, it's kind of pressing. Yeah, pressing matters.
Some giant matters.
Giant. Oh, I like that.
He gives a big sigh. Make a persuasion check, Aiden.
Can he have advantage?
Do I get
because of
advantage
me?
for giant?
Not this time.
Damn it!
For
I tried.
giant? Persuasion, you said?
Yes.
17.
Ooh, good job.
He says, "It is rare that blade
Hey,
water
wait,
destiny."
hold on. Good job. It was the dice. All right, don't try to attach the dice rolls from the computer.
No, it's
to
good.
me.
Shh, it's you.
I'm sorry. What's happening?
Nothing. You can keep going. Sorry.
He's being a little shit.
He says, "It is rare that blade water destiny shows his face in the clerestory anymore these days. But I suppose if he does, I could tell him that some riffraff is looking for him."
Thank you. Sorry. What was your name?
I didn't give it to you.
Oh, my name is Aiden Riffraff
Wonderful.
and Company.
And he turns
Nice to
around
meet
and
you.
walks into the main hall
Okay.
of the clerestory.
Hi. You think they have nicer people around here?
Well, I mean, I do wear a holy symbol of Elistrai around my neck, and it's pretty prominent. And if she was that much of an asshole to me, I guess she's that much of an asshole to everybody.
All right.
To dinner.
Should we search around a little bit more? I feel like we ran into one asshole and then kind of stopped. Maybe we can. Should we do some investigating? Maybe we need to make more of a name for ourselves for
True.
the
I
people
mean,
around here.
maybe when we help out the Glassblades, we'll have more of a reputation.
Yam? You in here?
You going
Make it-
across the street?
Make an investigation check, Aiden.
16.
Goddamn.
Oh, yeah, a -1. Nice. Do you all see Aiden start knocking on doors, asking for Yam? Eventually, you find one who directs you to a particular house. It's a nice-looking house. It has some a front garden. It is made of stone, which sets it apart from most buildings in the city. And so, would you like to go there?
To the nice looking stone house.
I'd
Everybody
like to
ready?
go to there.
You knock on the door. You wait a moment, and the door creaks open, revealing a well-dressed young man in a vest and coat. "May I help you?"
Are you
Hello.
young, Destiny?
No, I'm not.
Oh, we're acquaintances of Horga.
We're looking for Yam.
The young man turns his head, still standing inside, and yells, "They claim to know Horga, sir." And you hear a voice from within. "Ask them whom she serves." And the man in the door turns back to you. "Well,
Stormlord.
Stormlord.
sir, they seem to know. Shall I let them in?"
I love this guy.
"Right this way, please."
They knew the password.
Steps aside. He steps aside and bid you enter.
I bid me enter and walk.
Enter.
I'll shake his hand.
Nice.
He avoids your hand, definitely.
Alright.
Once you're all inside, this apparent servant leads you into a front room appointed with 2 plush sofas and 2 upholstered chairs arranged around a coffee table. A large chandelier with lit candles. A large chandelier with lit candles provides a dim orange glow in the space. The walls are decorated with portraits and heraldic banners. One portrait, the largest by far, appears to be of a family, a husband and wife and 4 children, though the children do not look similar to each other or bear much of a resemblance to the adults in the portrait. There's a bay window at the front that looks out onto the street you came here on. The servant says, "Have a seat. Master Deshny will be with you shortly." And he leaves the room and closes the door behind him.
I'm definitely cozying up to Sajath on one of these couches.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting all of this.
This is pretty lavish.
I mean, he's a retired Argent Blades person, also a blade boarder. I don't know what that is. Sounds
I think this is-
important.
I just thought it was gonna be more of a rundown, like I really don't care about anything kind of guy, but this is lavish.
It was the high cleristery.
This
Right.
Reminds me of home. Slightly. It's more the richness of everything that reminds me of home.
You hear the door, the doorknob click, and door opens, and the servant returns to the room carrying a tray with a kettle and 4 teacups and saucers, and places it on the coffee table. Another servant follows with a 2-tiered serving tray stacked with various sorts of tea biscuits. Without a word, they both leave the room, again closing the door behind them.
Yeah, so Jeff is doing that thing where you're in a new house. He's just glancing at everything, looking for something interesting.
I'll try some of the tea.
What type of information are we actually going to try to find out here?
I guess information about the giant east, west of here. I mean, Horga should be a couple days behind us. At least.
Why don't you pour some of the tea? It does not appear to be tea. This is a thick and creamy yellow drink
What?
that seems to be spicy and a bit savory.
Is it like eggnog?
Sure. Let your imaginations run wild.
Hey, Sajath, I think you might like this. Spicy.
So Jeff will pour some and drink some. Not bad. I mean, essentially, it's obviously influencing ourselves and saying that we also have some things in the chamber when it comes to the same things that Horga's after. Maybe get some background about the Argent Blades, because I wasn't able to learn anything in the library.
Maybe he'll have some information about, I don't know, the rift and things happening. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why he would, but maybe.
And maybe he'll know if there's a connection between the elementals in the city, the storm giant, the Oodalot. Kind of a lot to dump on him if he doesn't know much of any of it, but
I mean, there was that encounter you had last night, Lurdran,
mm-hmm.
with what they were talking about. And if this person is someone Horga trusts, maybe we should too?
The doorknob clicks again, and the door opens, and this time you see a tall figure dressed in clothing that might best be described as casual aristocrat. Fine, if not slightly worn, fabrics are layered over a deerskin jerkin and chausse with high black leather boots. His face is weathered and worn, tough, scarred, yet wizened. His long ears, in combination with his short gray beard, speak to his heritage. His medium-length gray hair is swept back to reveal a large scar on his forehead. He holds a cup in one hand, in his palm, and gently raises it to his lips while locking eyes with each of you. The servant stood in the doorway announces, "Blade Warder Yom Deshni." Yom gives a nod to his side, and the servant leaves the room and closes the door once more. He moves to the far side of the room, and you all notice an ever so slight limp in his step. He takes a seat in a chair. Introductions.
I'm Alani.
Sajaf from Sorksif.
I'm Aiden
American.
Riffraff.
Aiden
Riffraff.
Riffraff. He smirks a little bit.
I'm Lairdren.
And you are acquaintances with Horga?
Yes.
And how is Horga?
She's doing well. We encountered her up north trying to capture, or, well, befriend a giant eagle, which didn't really work out in her favor, but we mended things as best we could. And actually, we traveled with her to meet a stone giant that was also up in Shadycreek Run. And she's traveling with that stone giant back down this way. It's a few days behind us, I think.
A little bit more context. The Stone Giants used to be, for what it seems, the former leader of their kind before he got thrown out by the Storm Giant that now leads and is the current target of her mission.
I see. That is quite a task.
She's on the way here once more. We were able to make rounds traveling by boat, but we talked to her, and she's a couple days off still.
It would be nice to see her again. What brings you here?
She actually told us to come meet you, I think.
Did you now? She should know better.
Why is that?
I'm a tired old man. She must have seen something in you that... Well, no matter.
How long have you known her?
Not that long, actually. 4 or 5 years, I believe. She came down from the north. I met her acquaintance shortly before retiring. A charismatic and plucky gal. Befriended me against my will.
That sounds like Horga.
That's the approach she took with the giant eagle as well.
It definitely was.
Well, surely she sent us to you for a reason. Do you have a connection with the Stormlord or information of the Storm Giants and issues that are being caused?
No, I have no information about that. No, I'm not a follower of Cord. I profess my faith in Coralon. As a former Blade Warder. You guys trying to break it?
No.
Well, this is a hunch, only because of what's been happening. You said 5 years back. Is it possible that Horga may have been illusioned by what the Argent Blade stood for? And then, due to recent events, which we don't need to even mention, might think that you are the key to bring them back to order, even in your retired state.
She's never indicated such to me, or even really talked about that. Religion was not much of a topic of conversation for us. I mean, if she told you that you should meet me, I am fairly well connected in the city. Maybe she thought I would be able to help you out in some more general way. I'm not sure.
Well, we've spoken to Guy and Durf.
Duffelback.
Alderman Cragbuckle.
Yes. And we've learned a bit, and some of it's troubling. Especially about the elementals and the fact that the Oodalots seem to be working with the Argent Blade.
Well, the Oodalots are not working with the Argent Blades.
It would be the glass blades, not the Argent Blades.
Right. Said the wrong
Yes,
one.
indeed. As a matter of circumstance, with the Argent Blades being unwilling to extend their protection to the rest of the city, not that it's really their charge, but they're more than capable of doing so. Were I in command, things would be different.
Seems a bit unfair that the city tides, and yet they don't protect the whole city, they only protect their quarter.
Well, there are many things in life that are unfair.
That's true.
Given that you have connections of all kinds, there is something that we may have started to briefly mention in trying to gauge what you knew. The giants that we mentioned, and later on, we found certain druidic artifacts of ancient origin. Would you happen to know any expert in the field?
It's rather broad, but there is an arcanist in town. Has helped with the examination of the rift. Drumtooth Everclear works at the High Clerestory.
Yeah,
That's
I know I'm
probably
being
your best bet.
Yeah, I know I'm being vague, but it's because the little that we have been able to find out about it has been vague. Learjin, would you mind? Just as a show of faith as well on our end.
Showing the Kethia and the disc?
Yeah.
Sure.
And
I'll
as
get him.
Learjin pulls it out, Sajaf will just mention the little that he has learned, which is the meanings of the symbols that he was able to ascertain too.
Leardrin, roll a d20. You are rolling for Yam's ability check.
Damn.
That's fuck.
He examines it, especially the disc, and looks at it with a fair amount of curiosity. Oh. This glowing metal is really interesting, but I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with it. And he holds it back out to you.
Is there any difference in the sections that are glowing?
Nope.
What was it before? It was life and death, and is it creation, destruction?
Creation
I
and
don't
destruction,
remember.
memory, and foreknowledge.
Okay.
I have a player question.
Okay.
Cassia, is this the same thing that I'm supposedly looking for from what my, amulet, the word that my amulet said?
That was Keja Benda.
It's not a question the DM's going to answer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
something's
I don't know how.
say.
I don't know what
Hey.
his thing is spelled, so.
Hey man, that
They're
doesn't
spelled
matter.
the same way.
They're spelled the same way. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we have to deal with the Udalots then.
We were gonna have to do that regardless.
Yeah.
Yam,
Yes.
is there anything you need help with in town at all?
Not particularly, no. Kind of looks around the room. As you may be able to gather, I do not want for much.
Would you
Yeah, it's a nice home.
happen to know of someone who could transport people somewhere fast?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Oh, this is bad. 9.
I hate these dice.
Look, when I
Good
want
job,
it to
Lonnie.
be good, it's. Thank you.
He
I
stares.
take all
He
the credit.
stares out the window for a moment, and then turns back toward you and nods his head. Yes, there is someone I know who has such capabilities.
I am almost afraid to ask who.
Well,
Is it a woman with red hair?
he kind of gives you a look of, how did you know that? And then says those words.
She's actually how I got. It's a long story.
It really is.
It's
Trust me.
such a long story. But suffice to say, she's how I'm here.
Indeed.
Oh, so we can just.
Hold on. Does that mean... I'm sorry. Does that mean you've dealt with the Crimson Witches?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, please.
Hey, that's your dump stat. You're good. You're good.
It's 19.
He says, I have dealt with a Crimson Witch.
Can you tell me about them, please?
I'm not terribly familiar with her order, other than not to mess with it. Which I did.
You did? What happened? Please, I need to know.
Make another persuasion check.
Fuck yes, it's a 26.
Very good. Well, I came to become entangled, shall we say, with one named Zestra.
I know her.
She's the only one I am aware of who makes her home, so to speak, here in Bay's End. We had a relationship for a number of years. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Okay.
Oof.
Oh my god.
We are gonna get all the tea.
I can't wait. Oh my god.
Rama. Okay.
BRB.
Same.
So we're just missing ice.
Yep. Never mind.
It's here. Oops. Yam settles into his chair and says, I fell in love with Zestra. And she with me, at least for a time. And after learning about who she was and what the Crimson Witches were, I tried to break her bond to them.
Can you tell me about who they are?
Only where they are, really.
I know where they are, but you said you learned about who they are.
I learned that Zestra was one of them. They're powerful, self-interested. And I foolishly thought that I could break her bond to them. But she's inextricably linked.
How?
I don't know. But I thought by destroying the rest of the Order that she would be free. I'm lucky that all I got was this, and he points to the big scar on his forehead. And for inserting myself into the affairs of the Crimson Witches, I was retired. So Zestra is why I am no longer officially a Blade Warder.
Oh, do you still love her? Is she a good person?
To the extent that she can be, yes.
What do you mean, to the extent that she can be?
You know, she is bound to the Order. She is bound to their will. She must answer when they call, and she does. But I suppose it was at least some boon that they extended to her after my assault. Perhaps wishing that it wouldn't happen again. That she is allowed to live and have a life away from the Order. Which she does here in Base End.
I know. I had to deal with them, and I was offered a choice. Either be bound to them and have to answer when they call, or choose something else. And I didn't choose to be bound to them. I chose that something else, and I'm terrified of what it is. I don't know what it is.
He squints his eyes at you, and you are definitely able to tell that his face turns rather sour.
He'll definitely see that she's being completely honest.
Each of us has our own paths.
If you looked for a way to break her from that, was the only thing that you could find to destroy them?
Yes. Definitely seem to be the most straightforward.
Well, you might have gotten that wish. Kind of. Maybe. Someone powerful was chasing me at the time and may have killed them.
Well, that would be good news, indeed.
But it's possible I'm wrong. Just
In
thought
any
maybe you
case,
should know.
and he turns away from Alani and towards the rest of you. Or if Alani and Sajath are sitting together, toward Aiden and Laerdrin. In any case, to answer your question, yes, she does have the power to move people from one place to another instantaneously, should you need it. Whether or not she will do it, that's another question.
I don't know if it's that important that we need to get involved with all that, right? Whatever that is, I mean,
I guess not at the
yeesh.
moment. Alani's definitely not feeling great. Feeling, I guess, dejected.
Should you have need of it, Zestro will honor a request from me.
You'd do that for us?
If I deem you worthy.
We don't need it right now, anyway.
I as well say why we would need instant teleportation somewhere. After talking to the glass blades, and I'm pretty sure you yourself as a citizen of Phase End are sick and tired of whoever is governing. I suggested that since higher up arcanists from Zarksif are coming to visit to take care of the elemental problem, hopefully, that the best chance to have it replace is now. And given that rumors or speculations that there is a certain creature 2 days off that may be providing a boon to her, given the influx of gold that is being sent there to a abnormally large Vorax.
So the Temple of the Offer refused.
As a way to hit every bud altogether so that she has no weight in being Phase End's governor no longer. I'm sure you have some opinion, doesn't matter if good or bad, but the people definitely do. Glass plates definitely do. I'm sure the Urlots do too, for what they're worth. Either way, we will be participating in the erasure of the elemental fracture down south in 2 days. No matter what else comes of it. Since the elementals have been an issue for weeks, if not months already. not just the base end, but everywhere around it, as we've personally experienced.
I'm sure your service to the city will be appreciated.
We'll try to make the best of it. Do you still have like contacts with the people from the Argent Blade?
I do, yes.
I mean, it kind of sounds like if we're, and you don't really like the governor either, do you? It seems like.
An insight check.
Do you? Insight check.
And that's why I was vague about it, so I wouldn't have to roll it.
16.
He's keeping his cards close to his chest with regard to any of your discussion about the governor.
Fair.
Well, anyways, I would like to speak with at least I feel like we should speak with people from the Argent Blade. Because yeah, I guess I mean, I kind of want to know more about the governor, if that makes sense. You know, I don't want to get involved with politics without knowing anything about what's going on in town. We're kind of newcomers here.
That's wise. A wise course of action.
Yeah, I don't want to. So I'd like to, if you do have anybody you think would be worthy of our attention, or maybe even not worthy.
Well, at the High Clerestory, the Argent Vale is headed by Qatar Vazana.
Okay.
If you would like a contact within the Argent Blades themselves, I could possibly introduce you to Unio Vevu. My relationship with the Blades is still a little bit strained.
Would Udio be the person who ultimately replaced your vacant position?
Well, he assumed the position that had I not had dealings with the Crimson Witches, that I probably would have had. I was never the commander of the Argent Blades.
Oh. And that was Unio who said that?
What's that?
That was Unio who said that? Or Qatar?
Well, that was Yam that said everything.
Unio
No. I
is
mean,
is the commander?
Unio said that about Yam? That he wouldn't have ever been...
No. Yam is saying that if he hadn't done all the dealings with the Crimson Witches or even gotten involved, it was going to be Yam who would have had Unio's position
Oh,
due
okay.
to his merits. But because what happened, Unio basically was next in line, it seems, and he is now not his immediate replacement, since he was able to climb further up the ladder.
Yeah, Unio is he's the High Blade Warder and basically the commander of the Argent Blades. And yeah, what Sajeth said, what Ryu said.
Who was Qatar? Qatar was the leader?
Leader of the Argent Vale.
Vale. Okay, that's the church, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
We appreciate your time, even though we're immediate strangers. But like we said before, if you happen to need people outside of circles you know, and we're available. Glass Blades is the way to contact us, most likely.
I mean, you could even ask about us at the. Should we tell them we're staying at the Night Warden? So feel free to, if you need anything.
If I do, I will, but I doubt I will. But as a favor to Horga, if you need anything from me, call anytime.
That is much appreciated.
So Jeff nods and squeezes Alani's knees to call her back to attention, since he noticed that she's probably being really dour right now.
Yep. Yeah, thank you for your time today. It was a pleasure to meet you, Yam.
Pleasure to meet you as well. And he makes his way back to the door, knocks on it, steps away. The door opens, and his servant is there. Malt will see you out.
Before you go, if there's any message you want us to relay to Horga, we will be seeing her again.
Just that I would be delighted to have some ale with her.
Sounds good.
So Jeff, as a further act of trust, will immediately cast Ascending towards Olga and tell her, just met with Yam. Good conversation. When you come to town, bring your best ale. He sends his regards.
You hear back. Oh, good to know. Good to know. I think we're only about a couple of days out now. Should be there in day after tomorrow, I think.
Oh boy.
Orca expects to arrive in Basin in 2 days.
Very good, very good. I believe it's about time for my supper.
All right.
Same for us. We'll be making our way out.
Thank you for your time and hospitality.
He bows slightly.
Guys, are we getting involved in with a coup? Is that what's happening?
I don't know.
A coup is more of a forced overtaking of a government, Aiden. What they want to do is more of a proper change of hands of jurisdiction.
Seems like the legal way to do things.
Mm-hmm. Like when a substitute teacher becomes your former teacher after a bit because your actual teacher was kind of shitty to its students.
They do that?
From the sound of this lady, though, it sounds like it could turn into a coup.
If Zarksif is able to become more directly involved in the removal of her by the state, she has no power over it. Even if she involves the Ardent Blades to kill every single person here, unfortunately.
We should definitely go talk to some Argent Blade people, though. I want to get I want to get a read.
Do you want
No?
to do that today?
Now we can do that some other day.
We still have the entirety of tomorrow, and it's getting to the point where the restaurant will get really busy. So I say we go do that now.
Yeah, you're right.
And we'll make our way towards the Breakers restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay. Taking the back roads and down the north side of Mike Hill, you meet up with the unnamed road that goes north across the river. Past the Temple of the Crescent. It's probably about a good 10-minute walk to get there. And eventually find your way to the inside of the Breakers. Where you see a few tables have been seated, and there are some staff around, and it's sort of an open kitchen into the back, so you can see Zacty back there cooking away.
There he is.
Zacked.
What's up, man?
Well, here we are. Whenever you have time to citizen and all that, even though you're probably not going to do that since you're head chef, eh?
Yeah, and one of the wait staff comes up to you and table for four.
Table for four.
Excellent. Shows you to a table, and sits you down and doop. Zacty eventually comes out and wiping his hands. It's like, oh, so you guys are here to taste some food, huh?
Of course we are. I need to show them how much of a good cook you are.
All right. Well, tonight we have, and I need all of you to roll a d20.
Oh my god.
That's a weird dish.
That's not a D20. God, this one's a D20.
I'm rolling really well today.
Good job, me.
Yeah. My
Bad
last
job,
3
the rest of
rolls
you.
have been horrendous.
Okay, so
Just roll
tonight
better, guys.
we have homemade pressed fruit balls that have been baked and dipped in icing sugar. Did someone who speaks English write this book? I don't think so.
Common?
You mean common?
Okay, it's
Homemade
totally
pressed fruit balls that have been baked and dipped in icing sugar.
icing sugar. That's
Icing sugar.
Mm.
I guess that's a type of sugar?
Yeah.
Question mark?
I mean, icing is sugar. Yes.
Yes. And then we
Usually.
also have sweet puffed rice.
That's like powdered sugar.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Sweet puffed rice coated in sugar and honey.
Oh my-
A sprinkle of rock salt gives it a nice edge. And then we have a large sugar dusted donut.
Oh my god, it's all sugar.
It's all dessert. A large sugar dusted donut, which is absolutely bursting with sweet caramel. And then we also have yesterday's stale bread, moistened slightly by olive oil and wrapped in beef jerky.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
That was the
Maybe we should grab dinner and then come back here for dessert?
I thought he
You
said
guys-
something
you
about
guys-
fish, man.
Literally rolled all of the desserts on this table.
Is it like a dessert theme today, Zach? What's going on? Zach? What's the name?
Zach.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an experimental thing right now. It's like dessert for dinner, and then we have like something savory for dessert.
Oh.
You guys think it's a good idea?
I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm not sure my stomach will agree, but I'll give it a shot.
I mean, the place is still packed, so
I'll look at everybody else's dishes.
What was
Yeah,
the second one you said?
It's sweet puffed rice coated in sugar and honey.
Oh
A
my
sprinkle of rock
God.
salt gives it an edge.
Damn. Oh
You know,
my-
back in Adavar, they had like one restaurant in particular that Elena liked to go to. They had like a story with their dishes. Do you do anything like that? Do you have stories? Is there a
lore.
lore? Yeah.
I'd started to think of that, and I thought about like
Scenes from your childhood?
I mean, that's an idea too. But I was thinking about, like, get this. There's an exiled prince who wandered around only with an iron pot, making stew from whatever he could find. And one winter, he shared it with a starving village, and the people added their own meager offerings into the pot. And the stew saved them all from starvation, and the recipe just spread from there on out. Years later,
I'd
when he
like to try
became
that.
king, he served the same stew in his hall so no one would ever go hungry.
I love that story.
So is that with a fruit plate, or
It's
Is that the savory
probably
dessert?
more fitting with yesterday's stale bread.
sacked?
I mean, because that's what the people had. That's what they like stuck in the stew. Beef jerky.
But you're
Yeah.
you're serving beef jerky wrapped stale bread without a stew,
It's moistened with olive oil.
Stale
which
bread.
still isn't a stew.
Stale bread's not too bad. You gotta give it a shot, Suggest.
So,
No,
so I
I'm not
just-
saying that it's bad. But if you're gonna make a story out of your dish, make it be a more of a one-to-one thing.
what would really go great in a stew? Some
Stale
Aurum
bread.
Vorax.
Oh,
Hmm.
did you know they eat gold? Crazy.
I heard that's what gives them their fur, their color.
Mmm.
Yeah, about that. They're eating metal. Do you think their meat is fine to eat?
That's what I've heard. I mean, I think they have like really good kidneys or something. Really good liver. Like
Oh, so just don't eat
processes.
that part, but eat the rest.
Yeah. It's like full of the gold poison stuff.
You know what? I had an idea. Instead of actual stale bread, why don't you make it look like the bread is stale, but it's not actually stale? So that way you preserve the story. Could be good.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I need like an illusionist or something.
Yeah, or just
Yeah.
get creative. Like, anybody good with like arts and crafts?
I don't think so.
Like a baker. You making desserts? Don't you have like a baker?
I mean, it's us. We do it all.
Oh, so you could do it. You got this. You're doing.
I don't
Look
have
at
a
all these
separate pastry
dishes.
chef.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want?
I'll have the donut.
I guess
Cool.
I'll try that honey rice thing.
Yeah, I'll go with the rice puff.
All right.
Salted,
Sweet.
salted sugar rice puff.
Yep. What about you, bud? Slap on the back. To suggest.
Just give me the fruit plate.
Give the what? The fruit
Yeah.
balls.
Yep.
Ta-
fruit plate.
Tasty sweet balls coming up for Sajath.
Hey, you could always share them with Alani.
I'm glad you haven't changed, bud.
Oh, speaking of which, And he turns and you see coming in through the front door this fat, ugly elf
Oh no.
riding on some kind of
Segway.
four-legged mechanical chair thingy. I'm hungry.
Oh,
I'm
she
hungry
looks so
tonight.
much worse.
What do you
Nobody
have
tell her
cooking
to
tonight?
dessert menu today. I don't think her heart can handle it.
And she's got like a couple of like very heavily armored folks who just kind of stand by the door, and then there's like this skinny elf guy, like just real pale face, sunken features, who's walking next to this elf, this fat elf. And Zach D kind of goes over to her, says, "Oh, right this way, Governor, right this way. Your table here as usual." Good, I hope you have some good stuff tonight. I'm starving. Zach D looks back over at you guys. I'll be back out with your food.
I'll put my thumbs up.
And he goes back to the kitchen.
Is it just me, or does it just start to smell weird in here, guys? Like a weird smell.
A little.
Should we like
Kinda
open the
weird
window?
smell.
No.
I'm not gonna share my donut, so don't ask, guys.
That's fine.
All right. Well, don't ask to try our food then.
I
Right.
wasn't. Rice puffs. The donut sounded amazing.
Get your eyes off his fruit balls.
Yeah.
And
Lay
I don't
off
want
my-
any of your
Lay
fruit
off my
balls.
balls.
I mean, would you like me to rub your balls?
I already got someone for that.
A lot of his face is bright red.
So a few moments go by, and eventually your food is brought out to you. And you, before your food is brought out, you see some servers bringing quite a number of plates over to the fat elf's table. Basically everything that they're cooking up tonight, multiple servings of it, are spread out on the table, and this elf just starts laying into it, eating with her hands.
Oh.
Oh, good. It's good. And you guys have your food. So whatever you want to do.
Eat my food and try to not look over there.
I'm gonna eat my donut with a knife and a fork.
Very sophisticated.
You said it was a
So
giant donut? Sorry, what were you saying?
No, so Jeff under his breath is essentially going to say, with the portions she's eating, I don't think Zach understands how much Orm Vorax is going to need.
I think she would eat the whole thing.
I mean, is she even gonna last any, this much longer with how much she's eating? I think all Zach needs to do is just full dessert menu every day and give it like 10 days and we're good.
I'm gonna elbow him actually.
What?
how's the
I
food?
think that would be an enjoyable way to, go. Just eat delicious dessert food every day. It's delicious, though. How's yours?
Honey. I love honey. And it's honey rice with some salt. So that sounds good, honestly.
It's got a good balance of salty and sweet.
Yeah.
Well, mine's overbearingly sweet, but it's not too bad. It's very savory.
I'll definitely share some with Sajath. If he wants.
That's fine. I'll share some of my balls.
And I'll eat some of your balls.
Oh my god.
You did this, Vic.
No, I didn't.
Was that my one? I just want to know that.
I think that was the stale
no,
bread.
The stale bread.
Oh, that was
the
still red?
one.
Okay.
Man, what's a 20? You're not gonna tell us, are you?
We might find out someday.
Yeah, you might. From the back, you notice someone emerge. You see a bespectacled, dark-skinned man dressed in blue and gold robes, coughing, sorry, tuning a lute as he steps out from the back. He wears a sort of turban on his head, wraps of purple silk out from under which his long dreads fall. Alani, you recognize this guy as Tulian, your bardic inspiration.
Oh my god.
And he begins setting up to perform.
Oh my god, it's Tulian.
As played by Samuel L. Jackson.
Apparently. Look, he would. He doesn't say no to a roll.
Is that really Tulian? Alani?
It's him.
It's who?
It's my friend, Tulian. He taught me everything I know about music and playing, and
Oh.
I met him all the way back in Athelian Falls. I didn't expect to see him here. I thought he was still back there.
Go. Before he starts
Should we
playing.
invite him over here?
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go over to him.
Okay. You go over to it. He notices you as you walk up, and his eyes brighten. He's like, Lonnie, what the hell are you doing in Bay's Inn?
I've been traveling like I said I was going to, and here I am. I'm gonna give him a big hug.
Gives you a big hug.
Yeah.
Hot damn! If I knew you were gonna be here tonight, maybe I'd made a better or prepped a better set to play. But as it is, I've just got some old shit that I've been working on for a while. What you been up to?
Oh, learning music, traveling, finding new friends, and they're actually over there. We've been adventuring together, actually.
Ha ha! Adventuring, awesome. Is this your troop over here?
Yeah, I mean, you could call them that.
Nice. Care to introduce me?
Of course.
He puts his lute down in a chair.
and I'll bring him over to the group, and I'll say, everyone, this is Tullian.
All right. How you doing?
Pleasure to
Hello.
make your acquaintance.
Hey,
You guys are adventurers, huh?
Yep. That's over in Palebank.
Seen a lot of action and stuff.
way too much.
Yep.
Alani's face kind of falls at that. But then she perks back up, and I'm so happy that you're here. I really didn't expect to see you this far east.
Yeah, well, I've been came down south. I just got here yesterday, as it turns out. I heard a story. I heard a story about some guy. Sounds like his story would make a real good song. So I figured I'd try to seek him out. Have you heard of someone named Valus Tideworn? It's apparently some powerful druid from out east. He's got a hell of a story from what I understand, and I figured I'd get that story and turn it into a song.
I look at Lairdren. Do you know that person?
Do I know that person?
Make a history check. DC is 24.
Jeepus.
Impossible.
Only on a nat 20, baby. You have not heard of this person.
I shrug.
Well, what have you heard that got you so enticed in the first place? You must have heard
Well-
something from the grapevines.
Apparently, he's really powerful with water, the water element. From, I think, way, way, way out east. Legend says that he stole the ocean from a village in an act of sheer madness. And he was expelled from where he lived for it. But I want to hear his side of the story. You know what I mean?
I do. I want to hear that story too.
I heard he came somewhere in the vicinity of Bay's Inn, perhaps someplace called High Shallow Haunt. I'd have to go into the wilds to get there, and, based on my experience north of this city on the way here, I don't want to go alone. I've been looking for a merry band of adventurers to escort me. It's been basically impossible to find anyone since I've been here, which hasn't been too long, but here I meet up with you, and you, Alani, seem to have found yourself a group of adventurers.
I have. Well, we do have plans for a day and a half from now, so I don't know if we would be able to till we're done with business here.
Now, I think we should go. We should go maybe tomorrow. We should totally go tomorrow. What do you say for that? I'm willing to pay.
How far is it?
It's a ways away, I think. I mean, we have to look around. It's probably 2.5 days south of town. I really think we should head out first thing in the morning.
We actually need to do something a day. I'll explain that we're going to help the city with the elemental threat.
Right on. I mean, that sounds really good and everything, but I'm telling you, this story is going to make an amazing song, and I really think you should escort me down there to find this man.
Would you be willing to wait 2 days, and then after we're done with the elemental threat?
No, 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 I really don't want to wait.
Is
And
he giving off some like weird vibe?
Make an insight check.
23.
Yeah, he is giving off some weird vibe, and you notice some beads of sweat forming on his head, and that's kind of weird because it's not very warm here. Come on now, Halani. I've known you for a while. You can do this for me, can't you?
I mean, we already kind of committed on this.
Well, uncommit.
Alani, something's wrong.
What do you
What do you mean?
I'll say it under my breath to Alani. Something's wrong.
make a stealth check.
Sleight of hand or something?
Verbal
Oh,
dexterity stealth check.
Sleight of lips.
Sleight of lips. Oh
What
boy.
do you mean?
Yep, what do you
Yeah,
mean?
what do you mean?
Boy, I'm about to.
About to what? Sajab is going to get up and get in his face.
Nothing. Nothing. Everything's fine. Everything's cool. We can all be cool here.
Tulian, what's going on?
Nothing. I'd really like to get my hands on that story.
And that's fine and all, but Alani has already told you 3 times over that she has plans. It's great to meet you. You are her biggest muse, but you are overreaching. So back off.
All
If you
right.
can- If you can
All
wait
right.
2 days, we can help you after. But no promises either.
All right. All right. I'll back off. You're a rather tall gentleman. Make an intimidation check, though.
Ah, man, that ain't gonna go well as I wanted to.
You might be surprised.
Well, could have been a +1.
He's a bard.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we get intimidated easy.
And he kind of backs off. He takes a few steps back. All right, all right. I suppose I can wait here for a little while, but I really don't want to wait very long.
Would Alani notice anything, like, weird? Because he's a very famous wandering musician, so are people, like, not treating him as if he's him? Like, is he acting, like, odd to her?
Make an insight check.
Okay. No. I'm just really happy to see him.
You are very happy to see him and are a very forgiving soul. And so you just chalk it up to meeting new people and being tired from a long journey.
Not to mention... No, never mind.
Well, Alani, I'll keep my eye out for you and the rest of you too, I guess. But I guess I'll go play my ill-prepared set for now. But I'm telling you, the story's going to be amazing, and it's going to make an amazing song. So, you just keep that in mind.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Can't wait to hear you.
donut is so good.
Oh, I forgot about her. I was so happy to see Tulian.
And he starts playing after tuning up his lute, finishing his tuning. Starts playing some lovely songs. I'll see how lovely they are. Average.
Alani leans over to Lairdrin while he's playing. What did you mean? You said something
me.
was wrong.
I mean, for being an old friend of yours, he was being very forceful and sweating, trying to get us to escort him.
Sounded desperate is what he sounded like.
Yeah, well, someone could be forcing him to do something. I don't know. Something to look into.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess I didn't notice. I just should I ask him after he's done?
Not today. He's only going to urge you more and more.
You're right. Thank you guys, for looking out for me, I guess. I didn't even notice he was acting weird.
Well, I mean, I can't speak for his character, but you know him better than I do.
I also can't, but he kept saying the same things over and over, and that's never a good sign.
The Tulian I know, I met him in a tavern my first night in the surface in the city of Athelian Falls, and he performed to a full house, and his music, it awakened something in me that I didn't know was there. It was beautiful, like nothing I'd heard before, and the whole tavern adored him. And after his performance, I snuck backstage and I asked him for lessons, and it wasn't until after he agreed that I learned that he was actually quite famous as a traveling musician. And I actually learned more than just the lute when I was studying with him. I also learned the harp and the lyre, but I'm best at my lute. And I mean, that's how we became friends before I left to travel here. And he gave me my original lute before I left, and I feel kind of guilty favoring the other lute now, that the one that we bought from the buyer. I still treasure it though. It was my first one.
Well, maybe you could return it to him, or I mean, I'm sure he would understand that musicians grow. You've grown as a bard and as a person, so.
Man, I can't finish this donut. I think I need a. You think they could like wrap it up for me or something?
You can always share the donuts so that we can get it over with now.
No. Did you guys really want some?
I'll try some.
No.
What?
I'm not sharing the donut. You should have got the donut. It's a giant donut.
Yeah, I think something's wrong with Aiden too. He's being really greedy.
My teeth kind of hurt, actually. It's a lot of sugar. I think I'll pack it to go.
Time for dessert, guys. Dacty says.
Oh boy. Please tell me it's not more sugar.
He brings out 4 plates with sliced pork sausages with a little dollop of mashed potato in the middle.
He did say it was going to be more savory, so.
Now that's dinner.
They're not big portions. It's like it's almost like a little smoky, but a little bigger than a little smoky, but sliced down the middle with a little dollop of mashed potato.
I think this should have been the main meal.
So it's like a smoky split.
Smoky split.
Hey, can I get this donut wrapped up? Anything you got.
I mean,
Like, I don't know,
probably
paper
have
or
some like some
parchment?
paper. Yeah, parchment. Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Yeah.
Sure. Takes your plate. Comes back a few minutes later with
There better not be any missing pieces.
a parcel wrapped with twine.
Just kidding.
There you go.
Man, you
Thank
really
you.
like that donut.
Exact.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy for you.
Really?
Look at you. Just sincerely look at you, man.
Yeah, I guess it's a combination of dumb luck and talent that got me here.
Hey, man. Luck is very important sometimes, and your talent more than superseded it still. Because you could have had all the luck in the world, but if you didn't have your passion for cooking, you would not last a day.
Oh, shucks, man. Thanks.
Folks back home will more than likely be so proud of you, man.
Man, I don't think I'd ever be able to run my own restaurant in Zarzeth, so this is pretty cool.
Well, definitely keep your feet grounded here for a bit. Maybe you can franchise later on the days. Once you cement your style and all that.
Yeah, I gotta work on that.
But like always, your food is amazing.
Glad to hear it, man. What about the rest of y'all? Did you like it?
Oh, I liked it a lot.
Yeah?
That's good.
You're not just saying that, are you?
No?
Unconventional, but still tasty.
Excellent. Well, and let me know about that Ouroboros if you're able to get that. I think it'll blow the roof off of this place.
You'll be the first one to know, promise.
Sweet man. Oh, I think the bitch is leaving.
Well, go do your job, champ.
Maybe we
And I'll
should...
give him a shove. Not as hard as he did on me, but I'll still give him a shove on the back.
This is like all this food, like down the front of this elf's dress,
Ugh.
Oh!
all over her face.
Can she even make it out the door?
Maybe we should wait a little bit, like stagger our exits.
she's leaving right now, so
Yeah, let's wait a bit. Let her
okay.
go first.
Little mechanical chair thingy just
What if she
moves her
gets
back
stuck?
out.
Can we go first?
The two guards escort her out the door as well. The chair looks like it's having a little bit more of a difficult time
Oh my god.
raising its legs.
He says.
Eventually hobbles her way back outside.
I guess as we're leaving, I'll look over to Tolian and wave. Like, bye.
He rushes up to you, actually, as you're getting
Oh.
ready to leave.
Okay.
So, have you given any other thought to my proposal?
Yeah, why do you need to go so soon? And I want to make an insight check or something to see if, like, he's answering truthfully.
I just think it's gonna be a really great song. I mean, the guy's legendary, so, you know.
Is that what he really thinks?
Make an insight check.
Oh, God.
I don't know, man. Player me just thinks that he has more stake in it. Like actual stake.
So you get the sense that he really believes what he's saying, but there's some kind of strange urgency that seems off from the Tulian that you know.
Tullian, why is this so important? Do we need to talk somewhere else?
It just is. No, Bish, it's all good. I just need some adventurers to escort me through the dangerous wild lands to find this mofo.
Where did you say you needed to go?
Well, High Shallow Haunt is the place that I was told that he could be. I'm not 100% sure he's there, but it's a start. Famous Tideworn is his name.
Thalis?
Valus.
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 Missed the
Well,
silent E in there.
we have plans, like I've said. So, in 2 days, if you still need to go, we'll talk about it then. Okay?
Okay. And he looks over at Sajath. All right. I'm sure I'm still gonna need to go. I'll just make do here, just performing it around. They ain't heard of Tulian down here, so you know. But you do what you think is best. I'll be here.
Okay. Take care of yourself.
Yeah. And you see he's got a pretty disappointed look on his face as you depart the breakers. Where to next?
What a weird guy.
He's not usually like that. I didn't notice until you pointed it out.
Yeah, it sucks because I was really hoping that he could. Never mind. Where else to? I'm honestly completely done with what I was hoping to do today. So you guys humor me with the library, like anywhere you want to go.
Well, it's a little late now. We could either go to the Mossy Burrow and do Aiden's thing, or we could go to the Night Warden and call it a night. It's really up to you guys.
What's my thing?
The Oodalats.
Mmm.
Or we could do that tomorrow. It's up to you.
Yeah, you might want to protect your donut from the Oodalots, if anything.
They can't get their hands on this.
Is it that good?
Well, sounds like we're calling it a night.
Yeah, we can do tomorrow.
Okay.
We had a pretty long day.
Hey, I'm pretty tired.
Okay. So you're heading back to the Night Warden?
Oh.
Aiden would like to pick up some flowers on the way back.
I've got some.
Make an investigation check.
Wasn't there like a flower stand in the square or whatever?
There was
There
before
was.
5 p.m.
Oh my god.
13. You can't find any flower stands at this hour.
Oh.
I've still got my bouquet.
Early night.
Do you want some of them?
What?
The flowers.
No, it's okay. Why? Do you want me to have them?
I mean, you were looking for flowers, right?
That was early. I don't see them around anymore, so I'll get some tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, okay.
Why are those flowers for me?
No, I bought them for me, but
Yeah. Yeah, they're yours. I'll get some tomorrow.
okay.
No biggie.
I'm okay with sharing.
You're gonna share like half a bouquet?
I mean, I could, yeah,
Nah,
if
it's
you
okay.
wanted. Okay.
I'm not gonna give you any of this donut, okay?
I don't
Nice
want your
try.
donut. I don't want your donut.
Whoa.
Suggest balls, okay? God.
Get a room, please.
We have one.
Right now.
Although, speaking of rooms, I've been meaning to ask you, Alani, but I still haven't sent a message towards your friend that we made it out, technically safe out of the undead caverns. Did you want me to send her a message?
Chloe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. I don't know if maybe. Yeah.
Well, let me know right now what you would like me to say to her, and I'll abbreviate it in 25 words.
I guess tell her that we were successful in our task and have made it to Bay's End, and Ami says hi.
Jaff would cast sending. So Jaff here. Hope you are well. Undead problem successfully cleared. We are all safe. Alani misses you. In Bay's End.
You hear a response. This is still weird. Glad to know you're alive. Things have gotten a little bit better here in town. Glass blades have come back. Say hi to Alani.
So Jaff smiles. It's like, well, seems like the glass blades are back and pissed. Things are definitely on the up and up. And she says hi.
How did she sound? Is she okay?
She's still getting over the fact that she can receive messages from long distances. There was a pause before she said hi to Alani. It sounded sincere.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit of regret. Really hard to tell.
Okay. Anybody need a drink? I kind of really need a drink.
Yeah, I need to wash down all this sweetness from my mouth. So I'll have a couple.
Yeah, me too.
4 copper per pint.
I would be getting wine tonight.
Wine is 2 silver.
Oh my
for a
god.
glass.
Expansive. I'll have 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
2 of them. 4 silver. Let's go with 4.
I'll put down 4 copper.
Lonnie
4
will bring
copper per pint.
2 bottles of wine.
That is way more than I said. 2 cups, man.
This is a high-class place, man. They've got glasses. I mean, it's not that high class, but they have glasses.
I'll have a flagon of wine.
A barrel of it.
6 silver for a flagon.
Perfect.
That is so much.
He's a beefy druid.
Apparently. Lergen, how are you doing? Since I know you were probably probably very angry when you saw that woman in the purple cloak yesterday.
I'm doing okay. We're going through a lot, and there's a lot that we are learning. Things seem to be more connected than I was expecting.
Ain't that the truth? Every time we find something out about one thread, turns out it's all connected.
Yeah. Or those connections split into even more threads. But I mean, yeah, seeing that woman was not something I expected. Although I guess maybe from what we've been learning, I should have.
It's kind of impressive you didn't go chasing after her.
I wanted to, but wasn't the right time. Don't know anything about her. Other than the fact that she's probably powerful.
It's only a matter of time before we tackle that thread. It will be there for you every step of the way.
Agreed.
How's the pup been doing, by the way?
Trigger.
He's there.
He's doing good.
Hungry.
He ate an entire steak earlier.
Yeah, but that was like at 8 a.m., dude.
I'll pay
Would you like
me
a piece
for
of donut?
another. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Wait, what? I totally missed that.
He's offering donut.
Trigger?
Trigger gets a piece of donut and I don't even get one?
Of course. Look at him.
Of course.
Look at him!
Trigger will
He's
devour that donut.
I'll give him a little piece of donut.
Okay.
Wait, can he? You think he can? You think it's safe for him to eat?
He probably shouldn't.
Should you eat this donut, Trigger? Nod up and down for yes. Shake your head for no.
Just give him the donut. What's the worst that can happen?
That's what I'm saying. So I'll give him a little donut. How is it?
You have a slobbered paw or hand.
Oh, paw!
Whoa!
Tasty, huh?
Aiden confirmed.
He kind of nudges your leg again with his nose.
Oh, he's begging.
That's all I have.
Like,
I'll clean my hand off. That's all I have. I'll wrap it up and put it away.
Alani will find Ami and pay for everybody's rooms again.
Okay. That's how much?
Mine was, I think you said 4, and then theirs were 4 combined, so I think it's 8.
Yep, that sounds right.
And I think we're staying 2 nights, so I'll just do all that.
Okay. 16 geld.
That's almost all my money, guys. But you don't
Wait,
know
what?
that. You don't know that. Okay, I paid for that, and I go back to the table and I sit down with everybody.
Wait, how much gold did we get from what's his face? Guy?
100.
Oh yeah, 100. Oh yeah, I have
100
money.
each or
I
100
have
total?
money
Each.
again.
100
yeah.
each.
100
Oh.
each.
Who's
And
got
a
my
pouch.
share?
Alright, who's got your share? There are 4 individual bags.
Oh, I have it. Found it.
You were also the first one to grab yours.
Who's under the donut?
It's been a long day. That donut really took me out of it.
Uh, oh, same song. Must be really popular around these parts.
I was thinking Trigger traveling with us is probably not the best idea, huh?
Probably
I'm wondering
not.
if Ami would look after him.
Doesn't he get like looked after by everybody in town or something?
Yeah, but to have someone we know
Oh,
and
okay.
can rely on.
Yeah.
I mean, we can ask her. Do you want to go ask?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be right now, but
You know, it doesn't have to be until 2 days from now, so we got
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
maybe just start planting the seed of the question to her,
I don't.
if you would be alright with that.
Isn't that kind of like, manipulative or something?
I would rather just ask
No,
her.
it's feeling out if she would even be okay with it, rather than forcing him
Mm.
onto her.
Okay.
I mean, worst case scenario, we always have Zacked.
True.
Man runs a restaurant, I'm sure.
I mean,
For better or worse, they have
actual
to throw
worst
out
case
food.
scenario though, doesn't like everybody take care of him in town anyways? So
I mean, yeah.
worst comes to worst, absolute worst. It's just
Yeah, and
like
I
normal.
just mean for maybe we can ask both of them just to keep
Right.
an eye out. Keep an eye out for him.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Who's a good boy?
No more donut.
No, I think you
Took
feeling
a
full
fat
yet?
shit right next to you.
You know,
Nice.
Ledrin, you're gonna have to take care of him. You're gonna have to pick up after him when he goes poop.
He just goes and curls up on Ledrin's feet
Oh.
under the table.
Give him
Absolute
some
shit.
pets.
It's been a weird day, guys.
It's been a long day.
Very
Yeah.
long. I do want to tell you guys my dreams, but like, they're kind of long and complicated. And I'm not even sure I'm not gonna have another one tonight. Alani is just looking totally exhausted when she says that.
Speaking of which, can you roll me a d20, Alani?
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We don't know what it means.
I don't know what it means.
I mean, that's up to everybody. I know I've heard it all, so I really have a say in the matter.
If you feel like you're ready to talk about it,
Or even sing
obviously
about it.
here.
I don't want to sing about it. I don't want to perform right now. I guess,
Well, we're all here for you.
I mean, the first one happened the night after I died and made my way here. And when I tried to sleep, I just saw flashbacks of, you know, the witches, and the first thing I saw was the witch's orb sinking into me as it burned, and the bat in the cage next to me screeched and screamed. And then I saw my mother reaching out to me as the weave carried me away to the witch's colony, and then I found myself looking down at my own body encased in crystal, and the walls around me formed into hundreds of mouths that laughed at me with 100 different voices. And then I saw my mother again, kneeling before the altar when she cursed me, raising a severed Roth head above her. And then just her head swiveled around to look at me. It was creepy. And then she yelled, and a stream of spiders just spilled from her mouth and came shooting towards me. And the next thing I knew, I saw 3 figures wrapped in silk, and I was holding my lute and screaming. And time seemed to fly by as I was unable to move, and I had to watch as the silk began to unravel and decay, revealing Sajath, Aiden, and Lairdrin, all 3 of you, half rotted and decaying before my eyes. And as I screamed, spiders poured from my mouth, and I suffered the same fate. The second night, my night terror repeated with some slight changes. As the orb the witch gifted me sunk into my chest, I saw her smiling at me, and then I saw her eyes widen in shocking surprise and terror as I saw her rapidly decompose and wither right before my eyes. And I heard screeching and screams as if from a lot of small animals. And then I saw my mother behind her as she reached out to me again. And then the rest of the nightmare played out the same as it did the night before. And then last night, it was worse, as Sajath knows.
It was a lot more physical. From my end, she just woke up suddenly and started to convulse, and then she started up chucking dead spiders and web.
Yeah, it was worse than the first 2 nights combined, and in the nightmare I was wrapped in silk very tightly all the way up to my chin, and I was slowly being covered by more up around my mouth, and I heard voices all around me all repeating the same thing over and over. Why did you kill her? And I saw the faces of Julio and one of the poachers from the north and Abigail, all dead. And I watched as their faces decayed before my eyes. And then the words changed to, did you kill her? As I saw Riza Emberstrike. And then I heard the horrible sound of fingernails scraping on lute strings, and the little tiefling girl named Magic. And I saw both of their faces decay. And the words changed again to, you kill her. And the silk covered my nose, and I was unable to breathe. And then I saw myself, bloated and green, and the words seemed to change insistent then to kill her. And I saw the leader of the witches, and they shouted, kill her. And I saw my mother reaching out to me, and the sound of the lute was horrible, and they yelled again, kill her. And I saw my mom again, and her face encased in the crystal, and they shouted, kill her, kill her. And the screaming filled my ears, and tiny spiders crawled out from behind my eyes, and my vision went dark. Alani just completely chugs the rest of her wine and
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
and then, as you know, because of Sajath, I woke up and I threw up spiders, and that wasn't even the worst, because the dream was worse. Alani's definitely like shaking and like clutching onto Sajath's hand right now. I'm scared to go to sleep tonight.
You're definitely carrying a burden. Didn't we bought a scroll that removes curse, right? Should we look into that? See if that can relieve some of what you're going through?
So Jeff scratches his chin and yeah, I did. While we were in the library, I copied the spell over to my spell book so I could have it permanently. I'll be able to test it tomorrow morning.
Wise.
Cool.
You did?
Yeah, while you were distracted looking at stationery, I noticed it and I grabbed it and bought it. I didn't want to mention it because I don't know if it's going to work in the first place, so I didn't want to I did not want to give you false hope.
She's got tears in her eyes.
Just know you're not alone. We're all here for you.
And I've said this before to you. And we're going to be here for the rest of your journey on this, no matter what.
I love you, Jazz.
I wouldn't be doing all of this if I didn't love you too, Aladi.
She'll give you a hug.
You hear the
bless
door
you.
to the pub swing open. The music stops. The crowd gets loud. You see emerge from the entrance of the door several brutish-looking figures, along with someone that you saw before, who yells, "Everybody out! Except you." And he points across the room at Amini, sorry. And people start flooding out of this place as the thugs who he came in with start tossing them out into the street.
Ami,
And
what's
that's where
going
we'll
on?
end the session tonight.
Roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Well, shit.
Ex-boyfriend.
I doubt it.
For sure, her ex-boyfriend. Come on. Born lover.
Man.
Oh, unless you mean, oh. I see.
Do you?
I don't see. Man, today's been a lot.
Now it's gonna be another day of me putting flowers in my notes. Flowers.
You can have some of mine.
Who are you?
Dude, shit is going south quick.
Man, what the fuck is happening?
Who fucking knows?
I don't.
Bum, bum, bum.
Find out next time.